Victor, and you have this Vayne. They lack a little bit of front line, but the composition from Gravity has almost no damage. You have an Urgot, you have a Sivir, and you have a jungle Nidalee.
Sure.
You do have an AP source, you have an AP threat, but it's not that high. And then you have two mild 80 damage carries. They'll reduce a little bit of your damage, but Sivir's utility is immense. It'll come down to execution in these team fights because they're looking to just run them down, but they're up against a lot of damage. You have to get tanky to deal with this. They do have the means to do so, and with the Maokai, they will reduce a lot of that damage, but killing Cloud9's comp, you can get to them, but you have to be able to blow them up before they blow you up.
We'll see what happens. The champs are locked in, so let us know who you think's going to win. Send either hashtag GVWin or hashtag C9Win to @LOL Esports. As usual, we'll tally those up. You can see your vote coming up on the screen throughout the game. The crowd's ready, and we are ready to get into the game. Gravity versus Cloud9. We are on the Rift, game 3 of the day. So you can get the win on this one. It's been a pretty slow and methodical day of games so far. Teams have kind of pushed each other around in the laning phase with not too many kills. An explosive mid that leads on to the Nexus. So we'll see if we get the same one with these guys.
Yeah, slow methodical games has been the name of the game today. And we've mostly been seeing tiny advantages. Whichever jungler is controlling scuttle crabs, whichever jungler is getting that advantage. And it's high in the jungle versus Move, and Move has been known to get scuttle control with this Nidalee, get vision down, help his team out. And then it's also been APS rules losing today. No APS rule this game.
That's right. Yeah, it went all the way through. Not even banned, obviously, but not picked.
Yeah.
Said the pick might, or poke might not be good for C9, so they actually stay away from that. And the Varus go with the Victor in the mid lane.
Sneaky's looking to possibly kill the ward when it goes down. It's not actually going to get a ward throw down at all yet from Bunny Fufu. Bunny Fufu's holding on his ward. There we go. He throws it in the middle of the lane, so he still gets vision of the lane without having to go through Sneaky.
I like that. They also put the trap over in the brush to make sure that you can't walk wide on the ward. You can see it anyways.
Minions have spawned.
See how much they can deny of this jungle here. They'll grab it, head back to their own side. Move already trying to put something on the plate here.
Trap onto every single one. Love it. Love the W start. He's just going to hop around this camp. Double jungle. These guys.
What a goofball. So, feeling confident with their start. Actually could get pinched here for a second. They hug the left side there. Sure that nobody's able to see them if they crest that side of the wall on their right. Come up very nicely. May actually be seen on their way out of this one. They're going to know. Maybe with the time there, this is what they were waiting for. He smites it away, and Gravity sneaks themselves in to deny the early Gromp start on the side of Cloud9.
Oh, man.
That was great.
No smite at the start. Saves it, steals the Gromp away. That hurts C9's bot lane, because not only are they down in experience because Gravity did their Krugs, but they don't get any gold from that, and they took that damage from it. This is big for this bottom lane. Gravity gets a lead in the bot lane. They get a lead in the jungle.
Level 2. Ready.
That was crazy. Really well executed there.
This is especially tough coming in for Sneaky on Vayne this lane. Hopefully not too much free damage to Bunny Fufu there, but he does want to get some of those spikes in. Making sure that Bunny Fufu can aggress if they do try to go hard, and it looks like he connected with just about every one of those attacks. Hits up to Haunter.
Oh, Haunter.
That's going to be some good damage, and his flash blown already. He had just teleported back to lane, so it looks like he's here for the long haul. Might have to wait for this.
It's a good route by High to get to that top lane and get a gank off. You don't expect the level 2 Rek'Sai gank because he doesn't have his tunnel at that point. He only has Burrow and his Q, so there's no way she's going to be able to close that distance. So just walk up. Really well placed. Keen stopping him though.
Not too much mana on Keen. He does connect with the Hunter, and that
no more
hurt High's jungle a little bit. He was going to go over for the Wraiths, or Raptors rather. Haunter pulled back on that one. Keen must have said, we don't want it. Flash is down, so it could have made a dangerous play. High now having to flash. Move with the right moves as he gets himself towards the top side. Just providing damage all over. A lot of chaos in the beginning here. It looks like Gravity was able to come up with the advantage on that.
Yep, Move is already 200 gold up over High, and High's backing right now, so his gold income's very low. He's still stuck at level 2 as a Rek'Sai with no flash.
Yeah.
Move just gets to walk over the jungle now. And that 200 gold advantage at the top of your screen is pretty much all move over high.
13-5 in those cans.
Yep.
Getting himself a second blue buff now. 3 around the map for him is going to be very nice. To start it off, for him to be playing the Nidalee as well, this is a perfect way for it to go. And he can start helping the team in every lane that he wants once he starts getting his core item built up.
Exactly, and Move needs to have an okay game through early phase,
right,
so that he can get to those AP items, because they don't have an AP threat aside from him. Monster will do some damage, but it's really on Move's shoulders.
See a pretty high kill game back in week 2 in favor of Gravity here. Still a composition that can do that. Just got to get in the right spot. Like you said, not too much damage to start off here, so they got to make sure the fights are the right ones.
Yeah, you have to poke ahead of time, and C9 doesn't really have a composition that can start these fights off in a hard engage sense. You'll have Elimination attempt to start them. Balls can throw out the equalizer, but he usually wants to use it reactively in a fight when people have already moved up down a choke point. This team on C9 has really good choke point control as well. So if C9 are able to take fights in the jungle in the mid-late game, and they're able to contest objectives, they'll be in a good spot. But look at this. Oh, Urgot's also on the side.
Oh, wow. Move going
Keen
very hard for the flash. Keen flashes in. The Hunter actually does not hit. He may have a bit of chance to get away, but no. Bunny Fufu already made the move from bot lane. Doesn't even have to use Ignite, but he does also miss the assist on that. That kill only goes to Move as a solo.
Hai was just trying to get into the jungle. He's trying to just scout around and attempted to do the Raptors, but Move was right there and punished him.
Wow, Move flashed forward pretty aggressively on that before even landing a mark.
Yeah, they knew
knowing Keen was coming in.
Yeah, exactly, they knew Keen was coming in, but also they knew Hai didn't have his flash from earlier, and he had just used his tunnel to get away.
That's true.
So at that point, might as well go for the kill. Really big profit there.
Well, I think this is now known by the lanes here. Definitely have to play it safe on the side of Cloud9, and that's already not happening in the mid lane, unfortunately. They're not going to be getting any jungle pressure from Hai, so this is going to hurt only more.
Actually, you didn't notice this as well, but Keen, he did flash, but he didn't even get an assist. He didn't.
No, yeah, there was no assist on that.
It was just a solo kill by Move.
6.5 minutes in. The level advantage in the bot lane hasn't given them too much. 44-41 CS, haven't been able to pressure more than just kind of trading damage back and forth. Elimination doing a good job at keeping things safe in the bot lane and sneaking in his positioning. It'll be interesting to see how far Sneaking can get with this Vayne and if he can really bring the game back in for Cloud9. Not too far out of reach just yet, but Move looks like he could be a big problem here if he keeps this up.
Yeah, and this is an extremely tall order for a Vayne. You have to get through a Maokai, an Urgot, and a Shen. Shen's still going to reduce your damage when he taunts you, and you have a Sivir to help all these champions get to you. There's a lot of lockup, but dispersing your very limited damage on Gravity up against Rumble, Victor, Vayne is the hard part here. Also dispersing your crowd control effectively, because if everybody jumps on one target, you're taking everybody else's damage.
Hai, just about half the CS of Move as he continues to control, break back his jungle. Yeah, Balls wants to get this one pushed in, push back out. Monster trying to stop it from getting to the wave, at least so he can farm up these minions, and he shouldn't be that bad off if he can get to this back wave with that Vengeful Maelstrom. Nicely farmed. Oh, missed one. I'd say that's pretty good. Move again, very aggressive here. No answer from anybody else on the side of Cloud9.
Keep going.
Even without the vision to really be doing this, he feels that he still has the escape if necessary. And they're going straight now for another resource. A few wards, but not very many deep ones. Still dangerous.
And Elimination can't come in here. If he comes in here, he's just going to get destroyed. Claiming the blue buff off of the poke. It's only a one-threat comp in terms of AP from Gravity.
Yeah.
But Move is just having a great game so far. Shut down on Hai at the start, that one kill, the first blood, and now he's just turning that into even more of an advantage for his team.
And this makes it so much harder for Cloud9 too. Multiple times. I know this one time, Elimination's not with Sneaky. They're having different backs. Sneaky can't get what he wants in lane. Things are kind of falling apart. He's keeping his CS up though, so credit to Sneaky for making this situation work for himself. Dragon, however, going to go over to Gravity. A little bit of a lead. Altac taking some big damage. Spell shields the Winter's Bite. That's going to stop the slow. And concussive blows from coming in too much. He stays alive. Bunny Fufu as well there to help now. Bunny Fufu level 5, not 6 yet. 6 could be very, very helpful here to save Keen. Unfortunately, it cannot happen. Incarnation able to come up with a kill, tied at 1-1 now.
Yep, they knew that Keen didn't have his flash available. His barrier was up, but he wasn't able to use it, and they just stun him, knock him up, and it's great execution there. Great timing, too, because Move looked like he was about to jump in.
Yep.
And that evens up the gold, too. From all the moves that Move has been making, they're able to capitalize on it. And High is level 7. He's actually got a level lead over Move slightly.
Knows what the moves need to be made. Saying Move way too much.
I know.
It's such a necessary word, though.
When somebody has that name, you just realize
making
how
the right,
much you say it.
Making the right choices this game. Doing very well. And that's something that we talked about before is High has that ability to provide that to the team. And Medio said it as well when they had High on the team. It didn't feel like we were behind when we were behind because High knew what to do. And he does. Brings himself back. He's only about 10 CS now as opposed to 15, 16 CS down and trying to make plays already.
They're going to see the back from Move, but no, they're going to see the aggression as well. So High is here ready for the counter game. He doesn't have flash. He used it for the mid lane game.
Actually, Move might have seen him there as he came out, but still just not worried about the situation. Bunny Fufu, after laying down some very deep wards, you can see lined all the way across the inside of the jungle there with a few moves. We know him for very good ward placing and clearing stats. Move will keep that up this game.
Now I can't tell if you're saying moves or move.
Ooh.
Just good moves. all these choices that should be called moves. Moves, move.
I'm gonna write down Move right here in front of me so I don't say it anymore. There we go. Try to not say it unless it's his name. 11 minutes on the clock. Move making his way into the jungle. Oh!
I got it.
Hot
Smooth
damn.
moves.
Smooth moves. Failed already. He's going to get scuttle control as well, and just really nice play so far. The sight stone's out onto Bunny Fufu, but as well as Lemon Nation, but you can see how effective that's been for Lemon. He hasn't been able to put it... watch him, he just got it, and I looked down.
Mid lane though, both junglers looking for this. Keen flash!
Incarnation just got that kill. They want to soak that money back up. He actually may get out of this. No! The hit from Keen finally lands, taking down Incarnation. The fight as well onto Balls. He teleports right into the fight. Those teleports happened at the same time, and the crowd control was coming from Haunter. That was known. Balls couldn't even put out his ultimate.
The reaction there, and Haunter been stepping up this season hugely. He's right on time with his TP.
Without a doubt.
Even though Balls has hit his item spikes of the double magic penetration build, it doesn't matter. He's not able to get his ultimate out, and they end up getting this mid lane turret for it. Great aggression there. And Move is just a guy who understands economics in League of Legends. He understands jungle economics too. When he gets that romp on the side, he's able to take it, and he's like, let's go middle. Because now it's time to make an aggressive play, and Haunter's ready to TP in. Keen is ready to flash in. And just great. And we're back on the jungle economics point. When he gets the Gromp, he's able to deny that, and it's almost like 100 gold swing in your favor, which equates to 100 gold they wouldn't have had. So counter jungling is very effective in his hands. I'm actually going to check his gold right now. He is 1,300 gold above High. It's 2 kills. They're the same in assists, but the fact that he's getting these very important parts of CS, the part that he's getting are Scuttle Crabs, Big Gromp, so there's only adding 1 to his score box, but still, he got up so much gold.
One of those as well was solo onto High. He was able to find that and get the kill, so he's providing for the team as well without any of their assistance. Keen had to come out of lane, but he was a little short to the party, so we'll put that on him for missing out.
He's got 700 gold from kills, but the fact he's up 1,300 means that he's got 600 gold just created. If this game was 100% even at this time, they would still be up 600 gold because of it.
The one thing happened that Cloud9 didn't want to happen, and that's that Move actually got an early kill. Fortunately, High knew what to do with it so far, but he has been able to extend that kill to other lanes before High could kind of patch up that instance of what fell behind. Again, denying the blue buff one time after another. They just keep getting the resources. That goes over to Keen. Incarnation won't have too much trouble clearing the mid wave, but it is going to be tough if Keen can start locking on those hunters. A little bit of movement here from Balls. He's trying to get the Scuttle Crab, keep himself in that money game as well. It's 110 to 112 in that top lane, so not too bad. Ward's getting set up around Dragon to start the vision here. 30 seconds before that spawns. See if we can get some spear pokes in to make it a little easier.
It's pretty much just been a farm game aside from what Move has been doing, the 100% kill participation. It has been a jungle, mid lane, top lane, just brawl back and forth, especially between the junglers. A lot of jungle presence being very active and trying to make moves and counter moves. Bottom lane's been left to its own devices though, but now it's time to finally upset it. And exactly, you come into the lane, you just immediately siege down the turret, heal people up. And they're looking for a fight. There's no TPs here.
Damage. Bit of trade there. Nice 3 silver bolt coming from Sneaky to apply that before they were able to get out safely. Dragon's definitely going to be a thing. You can see the top laners trying to trade damage, but their teleports are down, so it looks like they're going to stay on an island fight in this one, 1v1, as the teams get ready to battle for Dragon. 15 minutes on the clock. The ward wars begin. That actually might cost him his life just to clear the ward. A good flash over the wall, cuts that, slices the pie just right. They're going to go 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Bunny Fufu did not use Stand United to get there. They were just going for a kill in that situation from the move up from Dragon. Still able to do that. I actually said move when it wasn't move, but he's grabbing Dragon.
It's impossible.
It's just impossible. That's going down. 2 over now for Gravity. Going to see the next one coming up around 2140, and we'll see if they're ready for that as well.
Yeah, Incarnation had a really good Gravity field. Keen, no swap,
but
boy. He can get the lock on.
He's waiting for the roll before he gets it. That was a nice condemn flash. Had to do use pretty much almost everything to get out. Pretty much almost. Had to use everything basically to get out. Heals up for him, so might have a few more seconds and something to say in another fight as it comes along. But he's gonna have to be safe for that 5 minutes without his heal. Just about a 2,000, 3,000 gold lead coming in for Gravity right now. Just be deterred from backing here. They'll go safety with the turret. Looking at some buys. Haunting Guys finished up by balls in the top lane along with those boots.
Whoa.
Would have been real nice to have him for a teleport. Oh my gosh, these guys, they were just in the bot lane getting the Dragon. They said, hey, there might be a party in the top lane. Are we invited? Also said, sure. Balls goes down. That's 5-2 now. Cloud9 trying to pick up something here in the mid lane.
They're going to get a turret for their troubles. They're also going to get some damage on this bot lane turret, especially since Altec and Bunny Fufu are both going towards this mid lane. They'll get some damage here. Haunter TPs to swap it. I'll see what happens. Sieges.
That's all right.
2 shots. They know the flash is down, though, because he used it up top to get on the balls. And now they're just going to rotate down. They're high coming as well with Incarnation. You rotate down to this bottom lane, but you still have pressure on your top lane. Balls might have to use his ultimate to clear that wave up there, depending on what happens. Bunny Fufu can still traverse the map with his ultimate.
This is going to be towards mid, though.
Yep.
Now pushing this. The wave not there just yet, but they are going to have to react very fast. Ball's actually waiting. He looks like he's afraid to see if people are actually going to come around the turret and route him in there.
But he doesn't have the vision, and he knows at least 3 people, possibly 4 with Keen, are hanging out here.
Well, he's right.
He is right.
Good smart move by Balls there, actually, to keep himself alive.
Yeah.
See what they decide to do. So mid wasn't really able to be taken down. And they're just going to hang out. I think this is where Cloud9 is still on the same level, and they know. They're like, they're in the jungle, ready to kill us. Back up. Yeah, nothing's going to come of that. A little too much of nobody being on the map there. Gives it away.
You can see Lemon is just checking with his Qs. He's trying to make sure, are they in there? Are they still in there? Because you don't know if they've backed or not yet. Bunny, though. Oh, no. He's going to get the knockout.
Oh, after so long of trying to set up a gank. They get ganked themselves on the way out. Bunny Fufu, the caboose of the exit crew, and he gets taken down immediately. Uh-oh, they're going for Incarnation in mid. He's already hovering the bottom side, so he's got himself in a safe spot. Also able to pincer in if he needs to with the team.
There's no TP on Haunter either.
They gave up.
So this is, at best, a 5-on-3 for Gravity, being only 3 people. So they have to concede these turrets.
Little boost in gold for C9.
Bunny Fufu does have ultimate as well.
Keen did not. They don't have vision of their own jungle, and that's exactly where Cloud9 was, coming out of the woodwork right now against Gravity. Sneaky on the top side. Nobody's even focused on him. 100% HP, and he's still firing shots in. There comes the double. That's the triple for Sneaky. No eyes on the vein, and he's coming up big. More kills coming in for him. Actually, he only got the double. There was an assist before, but it looks like he could get the triple. Are they going to follow? They do not. High's trying to actually cut him off on the top side. You will have the chase coming in. Oh, baby! Got him indeed. They will be a triple kill for Sneaky, and things just got turned around. 7-7, 20 minutes in.
Only a 300 gold difference now between these teams. They fought without Hanser with TP.
Hanser or Vision, look at this.
Bottom. He is bottom lane right now.
They came out of their jungle.
It's a 5-on-4 in favor of Cloud9 in the best possible scenario. You see two people go down at the start to move, but it doesn't matter. You kill two people, you just even the odds. Now it's a 4-on-3 when Sneaky just comes in, and then he makes it a 3-on-3, and he picks up Bunny and Altec. Whew. Oh man, that is just when you don't have TP, don't go for that aggressive play. That was Keen starting that fight off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's not a fight you take. But good by Cloud9 to capitalize on that. Everybody was ready and they were looking for that fight. They got the top turret and they were waiting for that brawl, especially since they had just picked off Bunny Fufu and he had to revive and then use his ultimate to even get in the fight.
Cloud9 still have the ability to come from behind with these calls, the right place at the right time, and that's 3 kills for Sneaky. The Phantom Dancer now on top of that Blade of the Rune King.
Like you said,
Cloud9 trying to grab the control everywhere.
High, when they had him on the squad and his shot calling, it never felt like they were behind when the gold showed that they were. So they're always able to find a way back to the game. That was it right there.
Finding the right position to be in.
Big misplay by Gravity, but Cloud9 made it happen. They made themselves look so juicy and vulnerable that Gravity couldn't resist. And Gravity right now, they look like a first place team. They are in first, tied with TSM, and they've split that series 1-1.
Cloud9 looking to get a victory out of this one. Looking to split this 1-1 as well. Gravity definitely come up with the first win. We said they had about 16 kills in that game, so they were thoroughly going through Cloud9's roster, getting that batting order to come around more than a few times in the Aces. And then they were on to the Nexus. This time Cloud9 is going to make it much more difficult. Dragons coming up as they start to clear wards and gain that map vision. 2 dragons so far for Gravity. Cloud9 looking for their first. Looks like they have it uncontested as well. Move's already on the top side. That signals that they don't want any bit of this. Actually going to kind of put pieces in place for something else to work for some time from now. Wards towards the top.
Whoa, right in the Hunter's face.
Whoa, Cloud9's actually going to start threading themselves through the jungle here. Definitely create a wall of defense against the team of Gravity. I don't think they're going to be able to cut off Hanser, though. Not enough angle.
They have to move as a unit because Balls doesn't have TP at the moment. They're looking for a team fight without having to use that, possibly forcing Hanser's. And it's even that situation where if you can get Hanser's TP for free, you're in a great place.
Look at this. Move knows they have just a chance to move up and start placing wards, and he's frantically doing so. One over the red, one just behind him there, and still trying to stop the backs of Lemon Nation if he can. Create some problems here. Make Cloud9 have different things to think about and see how well they can multitask.
Cloud9 relegated to now having to push their turrets out.
Yeah.
Gravity
has janitorial duty.
Exactly. Gravity has pushed their wards up. So they have complete vision control of the jungle, of the river, and they're able to rotate between these lanes. They have the TP, they have the Shen ultimate. Keen is by himself, though, alongside Hanser, and they're just trying to have a 3-man unit go back and forth. No real vision in this jungle for Cloud9. They have a couple wards, they're skittered throughout.
Yep.
They're scattered throughout.
I liked it. It's a good word.
Skitter, scatter.
We'll put it in the caster dictionary as a word.
Oh my god.
It'll count someday.
One day.
Looking at this,
it is its own word, but I just didn't use it correctly.
Looking at Altec this game a little bit, being one that has consistently done the most average damage for his team and has done so on Sivir, isn't having that kind of impact this game. It definitely seems to be affecting the way that they want to approach these fights. and how they want to get into it. Remember back in weeks, he was 8-0-7 on Sivir, 202 games, really not getting the funding he needs on this one. So it's hurting them a little bit, and they can't get moved to use that full row start either that he had now 4-1-1.
Yeah, and Sneaky's 3-0-1.
Yeah.
So Sneaky is somebody you have to watch out for. When he cleaned that fight up, just the damage from Cloud9's composition, the triple threat, and the fact that they have a Bronzer to produce some damage. They have High to kind of counter-engage, to even start these fights off on the right foot. And Gravity, like I said, they run out of fuel in the tank after the start of the fight. They get some Urgot Qs down, they get the E after to start it. But then after, it's hard to continue that fight. And we saw it, the lack of damage that Gravity has was very, very relevant in that last fight. They needed Maokai there to help them survive longer.
Oh, move. Split from the team. And that was the pressure that High hopefully could get a flash out of him or something, but he just leaps the wall nicely. No trouble for him there. Very confident on his Nidalee. High doing very well for his team this game. 0-1-7 after being put back very hard in the early game. He has the defense and the items necessary to get himself into the middle of this fight.
Despite being down 4 kills, he's up 6 assists and down 10 CS, but that only equates to 400 gold down behind Move. Before,
very close.
He was 4 digits down at one point.
Yep. Really helping the team to stay in it. Move continuously denying resources, trying to get around the jungle. This also tells him where High is not. They don't have the wards in place, so information being thrown everywhere. Let's see where they go. Finally a break between these two teams where they're not warding each other, trying to stop each other's backs here. A bit of a breathing room.
And Sneaky with that 3-0-1. He's 1,000 gold up over Altec, and he has his QSS completed.
Yep.
So at this point, he's taking less magic damage from Move when he does land his javelins onto him, and you can't swap him into your team anymore.
I haven't touched on it too much, but Keen is at 665, a 750, so he's very close to getting that fully stacked tier. Being able to transform himself. Looks like they're poised and ready to get another fight going here. Both teams jockeying kind of for position in middle as the wards creep up towards that Baron side. Dragon is going to be in 2 minutes. Might see that actually get soloed out here if they have the time to do so.
There's no wards on the bottom side of the map at all for Cloud9. They can't see Dragon Pit, but at the same time, there's only one ward in the area that Gravity has around Baron. They have one right on Baron.
A good fight here would really help C9. Starting to get their waves pushed in the top lane. Baron as well. Very, very big for the position that they've been in. Start getting some turrets back in their pairs. Any team would really benefit the same off of Baron. They've kind of evened each other out here as we reach 27 minutes into the game.
I love how it's a siege situation and Move just says, hold on guys, I gotta go get their blue buff. He's just ready to come back and start sieging and poking more.
Look at, they're trading sides of the map too.
Yeah,
how
exactly.
Nice.
It's just jungle economics for him. He's going and just maxing how much gold he can get. Oh my god, they're walking by them.
No! Why would, no, this is what you just gave up. They trade sides of the map. Cloud9 still taking some significant damage, but like you said, after Gravity starts it, they might fizzle out, but they have the positioning to continue. The fuse is still lit. They could explode on the final members. There's one, a double kill for Move, looking for a triple, but it's gonna be Haunter that picks that one up, and Gravity walks blindly into a 5v5 fight and comes out on top.
So tanky. The Gravity squad just able to last through it. And big part, Sneaky got chunked out so quickly, and then even though he went for Altec, Altec took very minimal damage, and he also got a Shen shield. The Rumble ultimate placement there from Balls only hit Keen. Could have been a much better ultimate there from Balls to actually win them that fight.
Definitely get a replay onto that one.
I want to see that again.
Turret going down in the mid lane. Gravity, like I said, whoever was about to win that fight, it seemed pretty even with the way the waves were pushing top lane in favor of C9, mid in favor of Gravity as they drop tier 2. We'll see this again.
This equalizer goes back. Altec dips down right then, and it only hits Keen.
It seems like you could lay that sideways.
Exactly, and Move is off on the side here too. Comes into the fight. Sneaky's down right now, and then it's just clean up from there. You have Haunter in the fight. Move just keeps skittering about. Nobody is on him, and they pick them up. Incarnation's damage was also negated that fight. The Maokai being in there is
the Vengeful Maelstrom.
Exactly.
Very nicely mitigating damage from Maokai's ultimate. Haunter put himself right in the middle of the fight there. A lot of things worked out in favor of Gravity for looking very grim as they approach that fight. Knew what they were doing, though. They knew the boundaries of their team. They didn't seem to hesitate either. It was kind of like a no care in the world. If they are in the brush, then this is the fight. We haven't done it in a while. So
that was so risky, though.
Yippee-ki-yay.
If that equalizer had been placed slightly better across carries, it would have been a really good fight for Cloud9.
Yeah.
But then Sneaky also had to get in the back line. Really just mixed up there for Cloud9. Since they don't have a front line, Elimination is not in front of Sneaky. He's taking all this damage. They were really just all over the place. It was not a coordinated fight. But Gravity, complete opposite.
Yep.
They knew who they were. They know how they were splitting their damage. Sneaky gets taken care of by 2 people. You have Maokai Haunter diving Incarnation, so nothing happens from him.
Right.
And you just keep your Vengeful Maelstrom on your team so that they're taking this reduced damage and you're able to win this fight. Now the siege begins again.
Oh, man. Not much they can do about this. Alltech in and out, threading in the auto attacks to make sure they can drop the turret easily. And they're going to start pressuring in. Mid-wave, top wave, not too close for them, so this one should be one and done. See them get out unless they get a very nice fight against Cloud9, but that's what C9 is trying to avoid here. Keep everybody alive in the base, where the base will be no more. Spears are missing. Good for C9, bad for Move. Wasting his mana pool here, and he's not going to have too much left. Zanya's finished up onto him already. We've seen that multiple times. When he gets going, he'll go for the power items on his Nidalee.
Yep, Abyssal Scepter as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Just for the magic resistance to deal with balls of Incarnation. They're just going to have to give up this turret. There's just too much siege, and the wave clear is solely on the shoulders of Incarnation.
Wow, what a fight to turn the game. That Baron giving Gravity so much control after Cloud9 was able to even it out after a washy early game. Now 12-8, 30 minutes in, and there's that gold lead against Irene. Now up to 7,000 plus.
Yeah, whoever got Baron in this game, regardless of which team it was, it's a huge swing because you're going to at least get an inhibitor turret off of it, because Incarnation is your only source of wave clear on C9. Alltech is your only source of wave clear on Gravity. So regardless of who got it, it was going to be a big swing, and that's why it was so hotly contested between both of them. And that's where we see the game opening up because of that.
The waves look so good for both teams, as we were saying. Goes in the favor of Gravity, now cleaned up by Alltech here, and Bunny Fufu in the top lane. 40 CS due to this open, free time to farm here that he's been able to get a lead. I don't think Sneaky will be able to get that by himself just yet. The team's going to be sharing this farm that comes in, especially towards the top lane now, the next focus of Gravity, as they look to take down one of the final outer tier turrets here. Actually, the final. It looked like mid lane was up for a second, but I remember that went down right after the mid fight.
Balls has TP. He's dealing with the bottom wave right now. They have all the tools to dive your team comp as well, and they are fairly squishy except for high. But they're not going to go for that. It's a big risk. At this point, you just try to break the siege with Incarnation.
This makes it so tough for Sneaky too. Double Frozen Heart he's got to fight through. He can't really find a target that's not going to have one of those Frozen Hearts next to it. Alltech very well covered here. Like we said, that Aegis already finished up. These guys have a lot to work with. The advantage now as they press the second tier top turret. And Elimination down to half health. Even with the shield up, Cloud9 is forced to continuously give up their turrets.
There's no Baron left either.
No, that's a really good point. It's almost like they're giving Baron respect, but with the lead, it's almost they have to. Able to wait for this next minion wave to come in. Not really getting a good push on the side ones just yet. They may just wait for it. They know they have the lead. These are things you normally can't really do. You have to have somebody pushing. You're losing something, but they have all the time in the world.
You're on a bit of a timer again because Balls is now here, and that bottom wave is going to continue to push. Move shoves up other waves.
Now they
move off. The blue buff is up. He's like, I gotta get it, you guys. Jungle Economics 101. I gotta get it.
Smite Wolf to see that your blue got smited. That works as well. At least you have somewhat of a timer on it now for the next time. I don't know if they will be able to enter into their own jungle. That's really become Gravity's at this point. Incarnation and the rest of the team hand in hand as they make their way around the map for power and numbers. A lot of the final items are being created here, maxing out some of these builds. Pretty close onto high, gets himself a Thorn Mail. Just a few more wards are in his last inventory spot once he gets those placed. Still waiting for Sneaky to get a bit bigger too. He's got his 3 cores and that Quicksilver Sash to stay safe.
They're a bit of a ways away here on Elimination to actually getting an Aegis of the Legion. The Thorn Mail and the Rando Zone is definitely going to help against Alltech and Keen. But right now, Move is a huge primary damage source. that's being left unchecked. He has a Void Staff, he has an Abyssal Scepter, he has Sork Boots. So High's MR at this point, he's at 53 MR. The magic penetration of Move is going to equate to pretty much that. Move is doing true damage to High at this point. Just got a flat 35 penetration, plus whatever he's running in his rooms. Probably not very many.
We're about to see a bit of that true pain. High with a good dodge, but the wards for Gravity here are only going to allow Move to keep pressuring, keep spearing out. 6-1 and 4 right now. Team's working well without, as we said before, Altec being the one with that huge carry. Sivir utility still used very well on the team. Here to disengage.
Baron in 5.
Make sure they don't get a bad situation. There's the solo out on the Dragon. Move's been doing that quite a bit. 4th for them. Baron is up, but with the Sivir ulti down, they may have the advantage to get to the people they want. Still be very tough with that front line. Shen, Maokai, not gonna be easy.
Yep, exactly. They have this big front line, and then they have 80 damage threats.
Yeah.
But they also have this 1 AP damage threat that has so much gold on him right now. He is tearing through everyone. He has the second highest gold in the game behind Altec. He's only 300 gold less than Altec. They're starting the Baron. They're looking for it right now.
50-50. If High comes in from the other side, he can still get deleted instantly. And they don't try it. They want the fight over the Baron right now. That's going to be the Righteous Glory on the flash. The connect with the taunt. Ball's trying to clear minions in the base. He's going to be teleporting out to this fight. He's now not in the spot he needs to be. That's a great choke point. Equalizer could go down right in that spot, but he decides not to. Cloud9 looks like they don't want it, but there it is. Laid down on all the members of Gravity. Will they get the fight they want? Sneaky on the King. Drops him. Sneaky can have Bunny Fufu and Altec as well, but the team starts to disperse, actually. They don't want the rest of the fight. Move is still alive, and he took down High.
High just distracted Move that entire time. That was actually a wild goose chase.
Yeah.
It happened all around the Baron pit. But still, everything all said and done, there's still Baron priority to Gravity. They can still start this up and kill it. Shen is going to give you a lot of damage when you attack it. You're going to be able to actually pick up this Baron with almost no problem.
Sneaky on the outside balls. Remember, just to use the equalizer. They want to at least get some vision here. Too close for comfort. He goes down. Sneaky fires Bunny Fufu against the wall. Flashes over. Move could have the spear here. He's in Cougar form. Goes for the swipe after the pounce, and he takes down Sneaky after getting a good amount of kills. They actually got 2 more, so even more gold over to Move for that bit of a shutdown.
It's just so much damage from Move and Altec. The 2 big damage dealers on Gravity still left up after everything was all said and done.
It is tough for them to even get through Keen in these fights, let alone the other tanks.
Yeah, High shows off on the left side, and the Move is like, wait, target locked, and then he just follows him the entire time. It's like, I'll heal him. Wait, but there's High. And he goes off and just keeps targeting him. Right now, they've already lost Elimination, but it's the perfect time for the Equalizer. Altec can't really get back into the fight. Equalizer. I really like this, but Move is still alive, Altec is still alive, and those are the big damage dealers in this fight.
Minions are supposed to be helping. I guess it helped Move. He was able to come up with a win there as they got High to trip over going through the minions. And 16-11 now. 16 kills is what Gravity had the first time they faced Cloud9. Looks like they could press it a little bit more this time. C9, however, fighting back more. Getting more kills on their side, but still losing the same amount of base as it comes to it now. Almost 40 minutes into the game, and a 10,000 gold lead is what Gravity is pressuring down on C9 with.
Right now, Gravity just in the standings, tied with TSM.
Yeah.
Gravity, you're trying to dethrone C9 as the team that plays against TSM at the end of the season.
Yeah.
The team that fights them for first place.
Not likely something we'll see this season.
Very true. Cloud9 at the bottom of the standings, desperately needing wins, something, the position that they've never been in before. They've always been top 2, and they've just fallen so far, and they've pretty much been replaced by Gravity, who has had immense improvements across the split.
Very difficult things going through roster changes. We've seen some teams come out very big with them, like Fnatic's team, or even as TSM brought on Lustboy, one of the better international changes that we've seen teams come in with. TSM brought in Bjergsen as well. Just did not seem to work out. On paper, things have seemed so great, but they have not clicked. And the team knows it. It's something that Cloud9 has said themselves. It's not like they're in the dark about it, but it's something they are also trying to fix. And in the early game, it looks so good when they're able to come back. There is that communication there. But again, towards the late game, it just seems like the spark is not there for Cloud9 just yet. too late in the season. 16-11, as we said, the score that hasn't changed as both teams took a breather and backed off. Now on the final inhibitor turret here. 2 inhibitors down for Cloud9. They're trying to hold off one more time Gravity here from getting inside the base.
It's not going to work right now. They have to have the perfect team fight execution. Ball's already poked out. Move has so much gold. He's 300 behind Altec.
Yeah.
Still highest gold in the game. This is an ideal scenario. All 3 inhibitors are down. Gravity is just looking to end the game with a fed AD and a fed AP.
Zyrene, you came in here saying that it may be tough. They may not have enough damage. That was under the prerequisite that Move didn't get going, that they didn't have that AP damage, and now he is. A kill on the inhibitor turret as Haunter takes down High. They still have eyes on the prize as they get another kill onto Balls. That's going to be going into Altec's KDA, and now they're on to the Nexus. It looks like one last push, one last breath to save the Nexus from Cloud9 as they go for broke. That could be Lemonation going down as he gets to the Fountain for Solace. Incarnation's going to be forced to the same area as the Nexus goes down just under 40 minutes.